and welcome to the final podcast of 2025. Wishing everybody a happy New Year's. Recording this on this New Year's Eve. It's the final instant reaction of the year. Hello, everybody. My name is Noah Love, and today we are coming at you with an instant reaction to Miami and Ohio State. Miami stuns the reigning defending national champions in the team that just looked unbeatable throughout 12 games have lost their last two and are now gone. We will have a new national champion coming up in the year of 2026. Without further ado, let's just talk about this game. Let's get into it. Miami wins it 24-14. Miami in this game left no doubt. They left no doubt. And look, I got to give Carson Beck a lot of credit. And I'm going to go to him first because this is a guy who in the big moments, and rightfully so, really, a lot of people, including myself, I'll put my hand up on this, have had questions about. And in the big games, sometimes we've talked about how he has not played the best. In the big games this season, he has played very good. You look at the Notre Dame game to start the season. You look at the Florida State game, played well. You look at the Pitt game at the end of the season. A&M game, they took it out his hands, but he didn't turn the ball over. Marcel Reed did. I think that was a big key. And then tonight, they did. He didn't turn it over, and he played very well. I don't believe he is the story of the game, but I think you have to give him credit. I just wanted to say that before anything. The story of the game is the trenches. Dog, that's the story of the game. There's nothing else to talk. That's the story of the game, and that's really been the story of what Cristobal's been trying to build. You look at how long he's been at Miami. I think he's been there probably 4 years. This is the year. This is what he was building towards when he's recruiting these young offensive linemen and defensive linemen. When he's recruiting them to come, this was his vision. We are going to be physical up front. We are going to be able to run the football. We're going to protect the passer. We are going to get after your passer on the defensive front, and we are going to be just physical and nasty. And I think that's what you see with a lot of these great teams. Even Ohio State, I still believe they were a great team. Now, were they as good as probably everybody thought? No. But were they still a great team? Yeah. This was a physical football game. On both sides, this was physical. And I think this is what you're going to see throughout. When they go Texas Tech, Oregon at noon, New Year's Day, that's going to be a war. That's going to be a physical game in the Orange Bowl. Indiana, Alabama's going to be physical. Georgia, they bring the physicality. But you have to give a lot of Miami, Mario Cristobal, the talks after those 2 games slide. Mario Cristobal can't get it done in the big game. This is what he was doing at Oregon. Another year, no playoffs. Here we go again. Last year, you blew the game. Last year was not Mario Cristobal's vision. Look, even though they were fun to watch with Cam Ward, that was not his vision for Miami football. This was his vision. He is was a former offensive lineman. That last drive, 17-14, get the ball back with about 6 minutes left. Bullied Ohio State right down the field. The Ohio State defense, you can't bully them. You can't bully them. You can't do anything to them. They're so good. They're this, they that. Bullied them right off the field. They punked Ohio State tonight. That's what they did. On that last drive, they punked them. They took their lunch money. They took their lunch money. They punked Ohio State. That's the reality of this situation. I think the play that really turned the game was the pick six by I want to see this. Was the pick six by I'm trying was the 72-yard pick six. I think that's really what turned this game by Keontae Scott. Yeah, that's what turned it. I thought that that was just tape. Watched the tape, saw what formation they were in. Like, okay, they're gonna throw this bubble. I'm gonna read it, and read it and took it to the house. Because at that point, even after this saying gets the big play to Smith, okay, there's a sack, but even then they were still in field goal range. So even if you get 3 there, it's 7-3. Okay, you're feeling better about your chances, and it just didn't happen. Look, I thought Ohio State played better in the second half. They made adjustments. I thought, look, they got the ball out of Saint's hands quicker. They were able to run the ball better. They said, give the ball to Jeremiah Smith. That's what we're gonna do that as well. But it just wasn't enough. I think the key in this game, obviously, like if you look at the stats of this game, Jeremiah Smith went off. Nobody else went off. Nobody else went off. In the run game or in the pass game, Carnell Tate was quiet. Nobody else went off. And a part of that reason, and a huge part of that reason, is because Miami got after the passer. Ruben Bain was a stud again tonight. The whole D line probably made themselves some more money tonight. Akeem Mesidor, big plays. I mean, that whole defense for a big part of it. Did they allow some explosives? Yeah, but Miami, they didn't beat them with really like big time explosives. If you looked at their scoring drives, it was just okay. We're gonna run the ball. We're gonna turn clock. We're gonna churn clock, and they would end up scoring. I thought, again, from a defensive perspective, I thought Ohio State made a mistake to start the game. I thought they should have came out in more man. They went zone, and Beck was able to dink and dunk a little bit. I think that would, and I think that's partially what got him going a little bit. But I mean, if you just watch this game, Miami was better. It was there wasn't no scheming. Wasn't Miami was better. Miami whooped Ohio State's butts in the trenches. Some Ohio State got their butts whooped by Indiana in the trenches. Miami did basically same exact thing. 5 sacks on the night for Miami. What did Indiana have in that game? 5 sacks. The one thing that I thought was consistent in this was I felt like if Miami could keep this low scoring, they could win the game. And to a degree, they did. Holding Ohio State to 14 points. They scored 24 at the late touchdown. Miami always felt, even when that momentum was shifting, that 3rd and 11 run by Beck was massive. To me, that's the biggest play of the game. Even though they ended up punting on that drive, there's about probably I think maybe 10 minutes left in the game. Ohio State just scored a touchdown. It's 3rd and 11. Beck's not known as a runner. His ability to step up, run, get that first down, again, turn some more clock, massive. I thought that was a big play in the game that nobody's going to talk about as well. Again, I will just go back to that final drive. When Ohio State needed stuff the most, we had talked about this defense all year and how good they've been, and rightfully so. But Miami just bullied them. Let's just be honest about. They bullied these dudes off the field. The reigning defending national champion, they punked them. They ran the ball down like when you run the ball down their throat that way. Like at least when Indiana kind of iced the game, obviously not with a score, but like they were hitting deep shots, right? And obviously Jermaine Matthews, it's not great last two games. They was frying him. He got fried a little bit tonight, but it wasn't just run, 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 run. Obviously, when you have a Heisman Trophy quarterback, you're gonna want to throw the ball. The, Miami ran the ball down their throats, and Ohio State could not do anything about it. I thought the 3rd and 4 screen. I thought that was a great play call as well. I really liked that call. I really thought that was a great play call, honestly. To get the first down, and that kind of iced it. Obviously, Shamar Brown, a couple of plays later, scores a touchdown. Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit. Now, where does Miami go from here? You ask. Well, they're going to the Fiesta Bowl, and they are now one win away from getting an essential home game in the national championship game. Uh, they will face the winner of Ole Miss and Georgia. They'll face the winner of Ole Miss and Georgia. We'll see. With that, my pick on that is Georgia, but we are dangerously close to Carson Beck versus Georgia, his old school. Crystal Ball and Smart, both Saban disciples. We're dangerously close to that being for a spot in the national title. I mean the U. People are saying, is the U back? They back. You beat A&M on the road, SEC this, SEC that. You beat them on the road in dramatic fashion. And then you come here against the reigning defending national champions and you basically bully them off the field late in that football game and you dominate the game. Like there was no question who the better team was tonight. There was no question about it. And they have done it with defense. You give up 3 points in the first round, you give up 14 points here. Man, I mean Miami's incredible. Obviously, outlook for Ohio State. You're gonna get Jeremiah Smith again back for a year. Or Cardinal Tate's probably gonna leave. You're gonna have some guys leave on defense. It's probably Caleb Downs' last game. Arvell Reese as well. Some other guys as well. You just gotta fit Hartline's leaving obviously. You just gotta figure some things out. You gotta figure some you gotta go back to the drawing board. Gotta get better up front. Obviously, you just have to reload and retool. That's kind of what it is for Ohio State. The noise is going to be loud about Ryan Day. The noise is going to be loud again. They beat Michigan this year, but losing the Big Ten title game, now losing to a Miami team that some people thought should have been in. We'll see, man. We'll see with that, but we got some great games on New Year's Day tomorrow. Texas Tech, Oregon, Indiana, Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss. We will see how that plays out. This is the final podcast of 2025. Going to continue this into 2026. Grateful that I get to do this and get my thoughts and opinions out there. Hopefully, I'm gonna just be able to grow from here. The new year is coming, which means more basketball talk. NBA talk will be coming. College basketball talk, especially, will be coming. And yeah, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, for the last time of 2025, see ya.